Well, I believe it's critical, and this is what we're talking about in New Politics, is to provide innovative policies. And I'm so proud that our campaign put forward an agenda on health that has attracted a great deal of encouragement and interest and attention. One of the ideas that we put forward is why recognizing that the greatest cost of our healthcare system is the cost of drugs. And absolutely we need a pharmacare program, but let's go further than that. Let's look at options that we as progressive people know work in so many of our provinces and across the country. Let's look at the idea of creating a crown corp for certain generic drugs, and let's make sure that we benefit from what we need.
Mr. Singh.
Mr. Singh, I would say that it's important to look at what I proposed and the kinds of options that I made clear as part of our agenda. But one thing that we New Democrats are is we're courageous. When Tommy Douglas in Saskatchewan said that he wanted to have public universal Medicare, there were a lot of people that said they're going to leave, they're going to say no, they're going to say forget it. But he stood his ground, and today we are proud to have a public universal health care system. And as we see the right attack us and use the word innovation to mean privatization, I believe we need to have solutions that make sure that we will have a strong, universal public health care system. Mr. Cullen, throughout this campaign you've put forward the idea that we should stop running candidates in all seats and have joint nominations with others. I want to defeat Stephen Harper, but I believe there is a better way. In my province, with a 4-term majority NDP government, and here in BC, where we are on track, to form the next government, we're bringing people into our party. Why won't you recognize that there are no shortcuts to winning government? And why won't you support building our party as the progressive alternative to Stephen Harper in every riding in every region of Canada?
What's this Mr. Cullen business, Nikki? I thought, we go way back.
Believe it.
We look at. As the only candidate on this stage and in this race that beat a Conservative incumbent to get into the House of Commons, I know how to beat these guys. I also know that Mr. Harper is many things, but not stupid. He knows that the real threat is that a progressive majority in this country, which we are, actually get our acts together and realize that there's an opportunity, in fact, a responsibility for us, not just to talk about doing politics differently, but to actually do it.
So, Mr. Cullen, as the only rural NDP Member of Parliament in the Prairies, I know what it's like to fight both Conservatives and Liberals. Here in Western Canada, places like Palliser and Kamloops, we need to regain the support of people that used to vote NDP and now vote Conservative. People have suggested versions of what you have proposed in the past. We chose to build this party. Now we are the official opposition and on the way to government. Why give up on building a strong, inclusive NDP in every riding in Canada? Mr. Cullen, that is how we defeat Stephen Harper.
I guess I'm not getting any Christmas cards this year. That's disappointing. To Miss Ashton, the notion is this. You know who first proposed the idea and did run a joint nomination meeting? That heretic Tommy Douglas. Now, we have to recognize something in this party, and we have to recognize something that's going on in this country. That the idea that Canadians are somehow so ragingly partisan is false. That 10 times more people have memberships of the Mountain Equipment Co-op than all of the political parties combined. But people are political, and they want an option. And this plan gives them the choice and the voice.
Thank you. What makes my candidacy different is that I come from the West. I'm proud to be the only rural Member of Parliament that's NDP and not Conservative in the Prairies. And I've seen the way the Conservatives treat us in Western Canada. I was on the forefront of fighting for the Canadian Wheat Board, an institution that shaped the Prairie and part of the BC economy for 70 years.
What's your plan to win back the West?
That was dismantled in 5 weeks. My plan means listening to the people of Western Canada, recognizing that we are seeing a region where there's growing inequality, and growing inequality that we need the federal government to be at the table in achieving that greater equality we need in terms of housing, in terms of childcare, in terms of the value-added jobs that we're losing. But it's also about reaching out and listening to Westerners on the issues that matter to them that may be different than the rest of Canada.